Wait a minute. Let me just hold it. Hello? Yeah. Yes. Yes. No, I can't because, no, because I have something else that's happening. That's correct. Okay. See ya. Okay. I know this is nutty. Okay. For oh, this is Harimandir and Aagia Pal and Japa Saraswati. Okay. So maybe you saw that this transport wanted to go earlier, and I said, no, don't do that. So anyway, this is okay. So everybody come together, breathe, and inhale. Om Namo
Namo
Gurudev
Gurudev
Namo
Namo
Om Namo Gurudev
Gurudev
Namo
Namo
Om
Om
Namo Gurudev
Gurudev
Namo
Namo
Adgare
Adgare Name Jugat
Gadgare
Gure Name
Sat
Al Satgure Name Sri
Gurudev
Gurudev Name
Adgare
Adgare Name
Jugat
Jugat Gure Name
Sat
Sat Gure Name Sri Gurudev Name
Adgare
Adgare Name
Jugat
Jugat Gure Name
Sat
Sat Gure Name Sri
Gurudev
Gurudev Name.
and breathe. Okay. Sound City?
Satnamji,
Okay. So tune in, please.
I sure will.
Okay. And now, um, would you see the chat? Let me go see about the chat.
Sure. So if you need to leave early, please tell us now. First, we'll tune in, and then conversations come with each of you to converse with your personal friend, sibling being, with either your singular or pod beings. Your friend conversation might be with feelings, singing, talking, visually, etc. Your own friend might teach you any way to help you move forward during this shift for the Aquarian Age. Allow your own friend being who will help you to move forward with these changes. Allow Baba Siddhi Chand to translate for you. Try to keep some notes for your answers. Thanks. we'll do 1 minute of heart pumping, 7 minutes of heart breath. Do we want to discuss this?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Do you want to discuss this, or are we all clear on what this means, that we're going to, I guess,
Okay.
visualize a sibling being?
Yes. Now, also, it says 7 minutes, but I changed it to 5 minutes. And then does everybody understand what you're talking about? Does anybody understand or not understand?
We're going to get help from our sibling beings about, or from whomever, about how to move forward during this shift for the Aquarian Age.
Okay, no, this is actually your own friend for your, how do you say, extraterrestrial
Mm-hmm.
person, and or whatever you want to say, but with, kind of like having your angel, okay? But this is um, with your um, anyway, I can't go on. Okay, so so beyond us death, this says 7 minutes for heart breath. It's changed to 5 minutes. Okay, and because I have to leave at maybe 1:20. Okay. So have you seen this, Gian Das Prem?
Yes,
Okay, and you understand about this extraterrestrial is your friend, like your own angel. Do you understand?
I am living with this. Yes, I do.
Okay, good. Okay, so now begin meditation with heart breath with 1 minute, and after that will be 5 minutes. And begin. And, and now begin with heart breath for 5 minutes. and continue with this. And Baba Siri Chan will be with translating with the extraterrestrial. And inhale, exhale. And breathe. Okay. Aagia Pal, how about you?
Well, Saddam, I think I'm gonna need to sit after this longer because it felt like I was just getting into it. But I'll tell you what I experienced so far. The first thing I saw was Baba Siri-chan with all these orbs around him. And because we had a prayer chaplain meeting this morning in the Unity Church, and someone had said that there was a video of all these orbs, these extra ETs coming through the chapel area that they had on video. So, okay, so that's, I guess that was in my mind. And So with Bubba, it was the translation of all of that is, um, well, first was connecting, to remember to connect to these, and it wasn't just one, it was like a whole circle of beings around him that were saying that they were my friend beings. And and I said, this is all news to me because, um, and I'm so happy to meet you all, and that kind of thing. And I need to spend more time with them. But it were the main message was prioritize, 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 priorities. And what that is about is, because now, everyday self, mine, is seeming to be amping up, really amping up, and about protection, and about how to channel my anger, and how to, just live in this world. And what they said was that this is distracting me from the, from being in love with my friend beings, by being in a love, um, frequency with them. And so I need to be aware of that when everyday self wants to take over. Um, because it can be like a little kid, throwing a tantrum. Come on, listen to me. I want this. I want this. And um, so that, and then to pay more calming, attention, and that Baba uh, will translate. Also, Baba will provide an anchor for them, so that they, yeah, so that they can, because Baba himself is, one might say, uh, extraterrestrial. But anyway, I think so. The idea is that Baba is going to help to anchor them for me, and I need to stay connected to them for direction, for where do I go next. And the other message was stop looking far ahead, because that gets me in trouble. It gets me really way depressed and way, anxious and so forth. And so the message was, but my sibling friends will, encourage me to take one step at a time and breathe. And yeah, so and like I said, this is kind of, was really new to me, and I could have taken like 30 minutes to sit with them, and so I will later. And I really appreciate, I said to them, thank you for showing up, and uh, and I'll do my part. um, so I think that about does it.
That was a good one.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Okay. Gian Das Prem.
Satnam. So this is it's almost coming out of my dreams and my memories and my aura, my epi, the calling out to the elements and the energy. And so Baba is the showing me through how I would look at the multi-band radio, and I love to like turn the dial when I was younger. I would like to just spin the dial. Some of them had just a dial that you could sort of spin, and it would really spin on its own very well. And it would go through all of these languages, and through that, I would be able to decipher the similarity of certain words that are carried through to today, to where we are now, in this English language, which is the newest language on Earth. I'm not exactly sure. I know that there are other codes, right? But a common language, that we can all come together and share words, right? Um, that with the elements, with the sharing, with that coming into the handling of that freedom of responsibility, of total freedom without rules, that we're just using the guidelines that have been provided through the examples, all of the species that are here. And what's coming is the winged ones.
Say
And
it again.
what was coming through for me was beings that have wings.
Oh, okay.
And the idea of flight, and the idea of, the breath and the air being the most important, the energy for lifting would be the air around, the air within the being, and then the energy extending out for the wings to react and work with the air, sort of like the seed meeting the rock and finding a way for that life to breathe, to come up through that, on that particular surface. And what I'm being told through Baba, and he's singing me a song, that's, it's, there's so many things going on, and he's just asked, take my hand, if you want to reach out and just reach your own hands out. And it's sometimes like a dream, right? When we get into our dreams, sometimes we get to a point where it ends, or we don't remember, or perhaps we can wake up the next day and remember some of it. And for me, it's just moving through and being able to communicate with all of these. There's billions of people here on the earth. And what Baba said to me is, we are all here. Everyone who has been here is here through the other beings. So we're all equals. And then we come together and we learn and we teach. And sometimes we come upon deja vu, something that we don't know why it came into us, but it's there, and it's making us so, in a sense, shockingly aware when we come to that place. And by practicing yoga and going inside to the breath, the truth can come out in those sort of ways where the genius and the sharing of the ideas can come here, right? For us to believe, to realize the actual. For me, lightning balls. I've seen electricity travel and pop wires off of certain things, the way it travels. So that electricity is harnessed, right, from energy that's here on the earth that we're using. And the expression of that coming back into the sharing of that, of how it's provided freely, how the ether, can give us those certain signs that we are, coming to with these other communications of worldly beings. Because, well, and then here I go back into the explanation, which can be attached to the ego and often has negative connotations to it. So I know that a lot of us are scared here because we value life so highly, that we feel the love, that we see the tragedies, that we understand the way that we're moving through this into a higher frequency of sharing, of admitting the equality and releasing the negative opinion, which I will admit, the last few weeks I have been purging a lot, and physically it's challenging, mentally it's challenging, but the gift is still there. The gift of the life all around me. And sometimes they look like just like a fuzzy thing. And then when I look closer, there are these little tiny bugs, and there's like 1,000 of them, and they're just right there. And I can see them. So therefore, I am with them. We're together. But yet certain people and certain our chemical balances are different. So the reaction is going to be different for each one of us. And Baba Siri Chand, it's the Beach Boys. Baba Siri Chand, come take my hand, and it's coming through. It's coming through the land, it's coming through the hand, through the breath, and through our light that we're growing with, right? We're growing with a certain amount of light. And that responsibility is really something else. And the Aquarian Age is so powerful with these lights, with the rainbows, with the light coming through the glass, and the pictures that we can take, and the feelings that we have before, we're calling out. So we're grounding down, and then we're settling into the earth, and we're becoming more of a part. And for me, I've been dreaming about people I don't know, but they're coming into my dreams, and we're communicating, and some of it is uncomfortable because within our experience we've been injured. We've had an accident, we've had an injury, and through that way of coming to the healing of that way, right? Back into that, like allowing that friend who may be a stranger to come into your life. And I can tell it, I just want to tell a quick story, okay? One of the times that I was taken into the emergency room, I had to ask the doctor his name. I was just like, "What's your name?" And he told me his name. And I believe that he saved my life, and I kept him in my prayers. I still keep him in my prayers. So he was from Italy, and he was here for like 2 years. This was at the Weymouth South Shore Hospital. And, I just came into there back out of, coming back to life. And this person was there, and we shared. We exchanged, and we thanked, and where are you from? And, oh, your family. Oh, my family was from this part of Italy, and my grandmother, and this and that and the other thing. 2 years later, his uncle walked into my job, and we started talking, and I looked at his name, and mentioned the other name, and he said, "That's my nephew. That's my brother's son." So the idea of it being a small world, because there are so many other planets, we know it's really vast and it's really big, and there's so much here. But at the same time, we're with this. So we're part of it. And then when we look beyond, it does become small, right? And then when we look beyond, because now we have the intelligence of being able to go further, touch the sun, go to different planets and rove around on them and see what they are to what we are. So our stage of life is at this point now where we're together, right? And the symbiosis is calling us to the freedom of the sharing, of the equality, of this power that we're all possessing. It's simple, yet it's a responsibility that when we face it, it's wow. But if we can put that back into our body as a simple way of the life that's coming through, then perhaps there's a way for us to realize that sharing, to realize the creation that through the person, from the person back to the person, as part of sharing is just so beautiful for me. And when the lightning ball came into my room, I will tell you, I thought I was dreaming. Then I woke up, and I actually saw it, and I had to do a few things to correct myself to say, is this real? Pinch yourself, sit up, stand down, do whatever. It was a lightning ball, and it came into my room. And of course, as a human, it just wakes up certain parts of myself. And I was asking it questions. I was only able to ask it maybe one or two questions. And then everything just sort of turned into this silent communication. And I think that's important for us now, is to, within the sharing, to have that silence, to be able to listen, as well as to be able to listen to ourselves before we speak, and notice how we're speaking, and what's coming out, and then turn that back into the individual, to make it sort of personal, a personal way of saying, I accept this, and I surrender to this way of being that has so freely allowed me to be here, and this way of expression. Waheguru.
Thank you so much.
Why
Waheguru.
do you?
Wonderful. Thank you, dear. Okay, Salt City.
Satnam, everyone. So happy to be here, and thank you
Mm-hmm.
so far. I was sitting in my favorite coffee shop with the best coffee in the whole world, right from Colombia, and I got this impetus. I knew the call was coming, but I got a message, get up and walk over here. So I'm behind a church, and I got directions to show you some pictures, which just happened to be here. So I'm going to just show you. This first one is the tomb. Picture
The
of a
what?
tomb. It's a picture of a tomb. Can you guys see it? Do I have to get behind it? Okay. See, this is a picture of the tomb.
Oh,
And this happens to be a Catholic church. And the door, the people in this community just paint this stuff and put it up. So it's on a back wall. And can you see that it's a hillside with the tomb, which I'm assuming this is the tomb that Jesus came out of. The stone got rolled away and he was resurrected. So we are being resurrected in our true soul identities. That's what I'm getting. And what I wanted to then show you are the loving statues. Statuary is really big in this Catholic church. I'm going to show you some of the saints that are here to help us. And there's many, many, many saints. And the message I got is that the saints are coming out of the tomb too. So here's a picture of the Divine Mother. I hope you guys can see it. Do I have it right?
yeah.
Okay, here's the Divine Mother, Blessed Mother, and her little angel down below here. I got the message. Make sure to remind all your soul pals, the angels are always already with us. They're everywhere, waiting patiently for us to call on them in desperate situations. And then here's another one. Now, it doesn't matter what saint. It could be Baba Siddhi Chand. It could be Guru Ram Das. It could be, the great imams in Islam. It could be the Hindu gods and goddesses. But here's a picture of Jesus. And it says, Jesus, I trust in you. So the message I got was trust. And my soul friends here, just trust, relax, because we are covered. We have armies and armies of saints ready to help us. It's going to be very challenging. It's a message I got. And soul, the message is soul always conquers. And you see this, it's the heart is here in this picture of Jesus. We trust. In this community, they trust in Jesus, but we have trust in other great saints. Doesn't matter which saint, they're all conduits and helpers to support us. And so that's number one. And then I had a really intense soul experience over the last few days where I had I was working with my therapist. He's a very
Very
saintly.
good.
So that's the main messages. I hope I'm clear on that. We are coming out of the tomb. We're being resurrected as deeply spiritual beings. A lot of kind of the harsh elements of our human identity are falling away as we come out of the tomb to a new resurrected spiritual life as the yogis we were born to be, as the saintly people we are born to be, and all the resources, all the saints we need to help us, and angels are available. So then my personal experience over the last day was really intense, which now I realize was kind of a preparation for our meeting today. Super painful. I had this crush on my bosses, who's the least likely candidate ever imaginable to have a relationship with. I had this intense fixation, and I finally realized what came to me in meditation was my mom was very mentally ill. She threw me out of the house. She was very abusive and mean. I know deep in her heart she loved me, but what I learned in my relationship with her is that I would hang in no matter what, to what, always thinking, what can I do to make her love me? What could I do from a very little age? And I bring that psychosis to this relationship, this quote crush. And I was liberated from it yesterday. Just in, my counselor's Jewish, but he must be a very deeply spiritual guy because he does a lot of EMDR. So we worked through that trauma. And I guess what I want to share is that this is the time to be doing our work on ourselves too. And sadhana is a big part of that. And I got the weirdest dream that I'm supposed to go back to the ashram tomorrow, in the next few months. Don't have to live there, but live nearby and really go back to teaching Kundalini yoga in use it to work with people. The Canadian gal who's got a great Beyond Addiction program. So I actually signed up for it yesterday when I got this message that's how I can really serve, helping people come out of, and I'll take you to the picture again of the tomb. I hope you can see it. That'll be part of my resurrection and coming out of the tomb of depression and mental health and blah, 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 blah. So I hope that's clear.
We got it.
Woohoo!
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you.
one more picture of this little angel, darling. You can see it.
Aw.
And then the Blessed Mother. And I'm thinking about all the wonderful saints and prophets that we have always already available. So I pass. Satnam, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you, dear.
Thanks,
That's
Sun City.
wonderful.
Could I
Yes.
just respond or should I wait?
Say it again.
Could I respond or should I wait?
I
Who
think
is-
you should respond.
Thank you. Yeah, that would help me.
Okay. I just want to say thank you so much. And I could feel the rays from the Sacred Heart coming out to me. And I just, what you said about the saints. I mean, we have so many of instantiations of the Antichrist around today. So let's focus on the saints that we rub elbows with,
Mm.
right? And what you said is, I think, spot on. That there are saints, our sibling beings, all around us. And what, thank you. It was a super duper reminder for me, to appreciate the saints that I rub elbows with every day. Thank you.
Amen.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Mm.
Okay. Harimandir.
Well, it's so interesting right now because the project I'm working on is to keep 100-year-old houses from being demolished off of a hill that is right downtown. It's not the hill itself, because the hill itself was taken over by another state our state office building a long time ago, relatively speaking. And with the crown of the hill, the rock taken over, what's left is a slope coming down from that high point from which you could see up and down the channel, up and down the. It was a I can't think the right word, but it's not yes, a focal point, but a focal point coming from the other direction, from one being on that hill, that rock, looking down, looking over the waters. And the native people who preceded the colonizers used that vantage point. And in the influx of colonizers coming in by Navy ship and that kind of thing, this land, this visionary point, there was created conflict and fighting, and even among the white settlers, discord, and people died on this hill, this giant. It's a mini mountain, a little mountain, right in the heart of downtown. And so what I was getting was, this is the time to heal that wound in the center of our town. And I have a native friend who's working with me on this, who can see or sense the entities who haven't left the hill, the rock, that they died there, they're still there. So healing them, healing the land underneath, is, I guess, I'm just having to remember that that's what part of what I'm doing, not just the political work. And it's so funny. There's a guy who is on politically way on the other side from me, and yet he and I are working together on this. And he was told recently he was a progressive activist of sorts, which he couldn't believe anybody would say that of him. But it's like coming between the two of us, it's like coming, the physics and the metaphysics coming together to create healing and change and protection. So that's and I really hadn't thought of it before, but the name of it is Telephone Hill, because the person whose house is the first one that, it's the oldest house in Juneau, the oldest house on the hill. But the person who built that house was the one who created a telephone line across the channel to the island on the other side, so that people could talk with each other, communicate with each other. So it's all about communication and supporting that connection, which is a brand new thought. And that's
Okay. That's wonderful. This is great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, this is good. Okay, Japa Saraswati.
Satnam. Um, so first I was it was just like Harimandir messaged about Baba Siddhi Chand being one of the cosmic beings, that he is of this great intelligence that so anyway, I felt myself sitting in a space with these ascended masters, with these super conscious beings, and I was aware of cosmic consciousness, and what I felt was people of the earth um merging and becoming aware of the cosmic consciousness. And the feeling I got was that it was incredibly expansive and truly vast and massive, just like more tremendous than I can even imagine, more tremendous than I have words to express. And at once, it made me feel really insignificant, like my piddling little hill of beans, like I'm vacuuming my rug up here. Like, what the heck does my dirty carpet mean in this cosmic consciousness sized universe, you know? And then but I really felt Baba Siddhi Chand also reassure me that I was precious and important, and that I mustn't get lost in thinking like how insignificant I am, but also to take it lightly, to take my problems lightly because of being able to take them in that perspective. And then what I felt was tides of people migrating and moving, and not just people from our planet, but people from other planets, like migrating from and galaxies, like from places far, far away that we don't even know about yet, that we don't have words for and names for, that there are beings, that there are peoples who are migrating there. And I also felt migration patterns here on this planet for people who are uh yeah, seeking other opportunities and fleeing natural disasters, and all of the reasons that people move. And what I heard from Baba was to go with the flow. Don't swim against the tides of time or the current. And what he meant was um, not about fads. He didn't mean like, oh, everybody's wearing a blue ball cap this season. Get yourself a blue ball cap. Like, but he meant like like to be using my energy wisely. Excuse me, I have to clear my throat for a second. So he meant to oh, so and then I want to explain this. So the reason we were late today was because my computer did updates, and one of the things that it updated was Zoom. So first I was not logged in, but then when I was logged in, it was completely updated to what they're calling an AI workspace. and everything is subtly different. And it was like, whoa. And I could really feel the AI in it. And then um because I wasn't because I didn't know how to fix the problem, I went and asked AI. I logged off of one program and onto another program, and I asked AI, okay, what's the deal? How do I fix this? And it gave me really good advice, which is what I did, which is how I fixed it and how I navigated to the right space. And Baba has been telling me for the longest time, Baba has been telling me this since 2016. Don't be addicted to the technology that you're using today because it is going to change. It's not going to be the same technology that's happening tomorrow. So don't get sad when it changes. Don't get stuck in that, like, I'm not doing the updates, I'm not learning the new program nonsense. Of course, you're learning the new program. That's what it takes. That's just what it takes. And be kind and gentle with yourself while you're doing it because it's natural to not want change, but change is a coming and it's coming like I could feel it in that update today. Oh, so this is part of the message. This is all part of the message. But our avatars that represent our energies right now through this Zoom, through the YouTube, through the recordings. Our avatars are right now in outer space. Like there are satellites in outer space that is carrying the energetic signature of each of us here on the ground, and an energy that represents us is in outer space right now, and that's pretty wild. um and basically that this is part of how we are first beginning this kind of travel, that just that is happening with us right now, that we might think that we are here, in Maine or in Massachusetts or in Connecticut or in Alaska, and look at us, we're all in different places. And I love it because we're this amazing constellation. I really just feel the love of the people who get together to listen to these um, ascended masters together and to celebrate. That was, I guess, part of the rest of it was to celebrate the new things coming. Because myself, I tend to feel mournful and like I don't want the change and like I want things to stay the way that they always have been. And what I'm hearing is that that's not going to happen. So it's time to be celebrating the change and also like celebrating the wonderful projects like Harimandir's to save these houses and that a special piece of history, that like I don't know how to say it, but to be celebrating both. I felt that so much when you were saying Harimandir, that you were working with somebody from the opposite end of the political spectrum. And it just is so great. I think that's embodying the direction that we want to be going. So Waheguru, hooray. I guess that's my message.
Okay, that sounds
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
Hmm. Was anything else for anybody? Okay. Well, this is great. Oh, and I think we need to do this for next week as well. What do you
What?
think? What?
That you have another appointment next week?
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be with extraterrestrial last next
Whoa.
Mm,
to get
Okay.
yes.
got it?
Got
Hmm.
it. Alien
And
messages
also,
next week too.
Perfect, perfect, perfect.
yes, and you might just try this during the week
Mm-hmm.
so that
Okay.
you understand that more and more with you. You got it?
Okay.
Okay. So when they come, when they're realized, keep up your note work.
Okay.
Back book so that you understand. And, you know, I tried to do this before and it was amazing, but then my memory went away. So I suspect it might happen with more of us, to just see what's happening over and over again. Do you all understand that?
Mm-hmm.
My
Mhm,
good.
mhm. So you can continue, hear that, to know that. Okay. And stay with Baba Siri Chan, with your connection with our beings and with all of us. What you have just said, with all of these, might say, with all of these souls of humans, and it's huge. Okay, so I look for all of you. So now, Aagia Pal, can you lead us?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yes. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. So big inhale and slow exhale. Feeling grounded. And inhale to begin. May the sun
Sunshine
on
upon
you.
us.
All
love surrounding
and the pure
light within you.
guide
Guide
you,
your way on.
guide you,
Your way on.
guide
Your
your
way
Um,
on.
Inhale.
No.
Love you. Bless you and bless everyone. Take care and keep up and keep up your notes.
Note. Okay. Notes.
Good.
Gotcha.
Okay. We'll see ya.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye,
Hey,
kiddo.
everyone. Sat
Love
Nam.
to
Love
all. Have a
you.
great
Well,
weekend.
No.
thinking of you all week, praying for you.
Mm.
Thank you.